Okay, so today we're going to try to answer the question, what is the key of C? So first, let's get a definition of what is a key. So we're going to go to Wikipedia definition here. In music theory, the key of a piece is the group of pitches or scale that forms the basis of a music composition in classical, Western art, and Western pop music. Wikipedia. So what does that mean? Basically, a key is a scale. So the key of C would be the C major scale. So let's take a look at the C major scale. C major scale is the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. 7 natural notes, no sharps, no flats. And it sounds like this. So that scale will give us the 7 notes that we would use to create melodies. So by rearranging the notes, we can come up with a melody. So when we look at Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we can see that it takes the first note, the 5th note, the 6th note, and then back to the 5th note. Then it comes down the scale, 4th note, 3rd note, 2nd note, 1st note. So by rearranging the notes of the scale, we get melodies. Now, what about the chords? So the chords come from the scale as well. So all of the chords in the key of C have to fit with the C major scale. So those 7 notes will make up the 7 chords that we use to harmonize the melody. So let's take a look at how that comes about. If we take the major scale, the C major scale, and we play it in thirds. So what is a third? A third is an interval. An interval is the distance between 2 notes. So up here, if I have C to D, those are 2 notes. So that can be described as an interval. That's a second. Now there's qualities, major and minor, but we will talk about that later. So C to D is a second because there's 2 letters involved, C, D. C to E is a third, 3 letters, but we skip the second letter. So C to E is a third. D to F would be a third. E to G is a third. So now if we look at our C major scale, we have our first note, C, and then a third above that is E. Then our second note of the scale is D. Third above that is F. Third note of the scale is E. A third above that is G. And it continues through the entire scale. That sounds like this. Now, if we stack 2 thirds together, C to E, E to G. So C to E is a third, E to G is a third. So we've stacked 2 thirds together. That gives us a triad. So it's a 3-note chord built in thirds. So the first one off of the first note of the scale would give us C, E, G. The second one gives us D, F, A. The third one gives us E, G, B. So these are all stacked in thirds. So each scale note, C, D, E, F, G, that's our scale, has these triads stacked on top of it, which gives us the 7 chords that make up the basis of the key of C major. Now, that's broken or melodic, which sounds like this. Now, this is when we stack the chords together on top of each other harmonically. the triads, I should say. So C, E, G, D, F, A. So that gives us a C major chord, a D minor chord, E minor chord, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major, which sounds like this. Now we notice we have 3 major chords, C, F, and G, and we have 3 minor chords, D minor, E minor, and A minor, and 1 diminished chord. Now these 7 chords, if we're playing on the guitar, typically look like this and sound like this. Now we have the scale for the melody of our song, and we have these 7 chords that we can use to harmonize the melody. So that answers the question, what is the key of C? Now we know. Now, why don't you get off your screen and go play your guitar? Thanks.